Well, hello, CTFO family. What an honor and privilege it is to introduce our guest speaker. We're going to be doing a tremendous amount of having a variety of different guest speakers, different topics, different trainings. And I know I'm not supposed to be biased, but this certainly is going to be one of my favorite. Adam and I we go way back, brother. We actually went to high school together. We didn't have the gray and, certainly I had a lot more hair at the time.
I had even a lot more hair though.
Yeah. Yes. So we graduated together from Cromwell High School back in 1984 is when we graduated high school. We actually played soccer together on the same team. And it was Adam Levy who introduced me to network marketing. I was in corporate America in a suit and tie and was pulling into the bank during my lunch break. And here was I in a full suit and tie, and Adam was in a tank top, great tan, flip-flops and shorts, I think heading to the beach. And he said, "Hey, listen, can we get together sometime?" And from there on in, he really has been my mentor and has taught me everything that I know about this industry. And I actually, when I went to college, I went to the University of Connecticut, and I lived in a co-ed dorm on a co-ed floor. And one of my closest friends was Lisa, who I introduced to Adam, and Lisa and Adam have a lovely marriage and two beautiful girls, and just incredible. But Adam is a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge when it comes to network marketing, a true icon. He's built businesses all over the world. He's made millions of dollars, and he's just incredible. And his topic is called the chaos of network marketing. So Adam, I'm gonna hand it over to you. And before we get started, I love to start these trainings by asking, because we have over 80 products, but what is your favorite product? I know it's a hard question. I'm looking in the back over, I see you got a bunch of them. So what's your favorite, buddy?
Well, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for introducing me to my wife. That was probably a good return of favor, introducing you to network marketing. And so that's a pretty good quid pro quo, as they say, right? Anyway, yeah, my favorite product, I would say that it's probably a toss-up between the Extreme Shake, which I'm a big fan of just because, I'm a big fan of keto, and it's great. I get all these great reports about how it's the best tasting, most amazing, great product. And but I've been able to keep that weight off for a long time now. It's been over 6 years, and having a shake like that has made all the difference in the world. So is that one? If I had to choose a second on the top, it would have to be the 500 strength 10X Pure Roll-On. That CBDA product. I mean, I'm a USTA tennis player. I had a match last weekend. I got one this weekend. And I'm playing 2 hours of hardcore singles, not doubles, singles tennis on my USTA tennis team. And, I'm 54 now, so my knees aren't what they once were. So it's just really nice to be able to, put those on before, after, during, whatever. And I gotta say, it's been life altering to me. I'm able to get to the ball and do things that there's no way I was able to do prior to that product coming out. And so that's made a huge difference.
Awesome. Well, share with us about the chaos of network marketing. It's an interesting topic, and I'm interested. I always love to learn and take notes, and certainly learn so much from you. So share with us.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things that I've just come to realize after doing this for 30 years. And, people always ask, you always have those new people. Sometimes you come up with, people in your group that are like the engineer types, and, they like to reassemble things and try to figure things out. And they always want some kind of a cookie cutter, how does this business work? And, how do you find a leader, and how do you, and the reality is that our business, there's a bit of chaos to it. And it's not something that you can always plan exactly, step A to step B to step C, and all of a sudden, a leader shows up. That's not usually how it works. And so the thing I'll point out, and this will be good for people who've been involved for a while, and maybe even some new folks that are just getting started in the industry. One of the things that has made a huge difference for me is being able to discipline my disappointments, right? Discipline your disappointments, because this is a people business, and ultimately, there are going to be some people that let you down. They're going to get involved, and maybe they're not going to do anything, or they're going to get involved and they're going to do something, and then all of a sudden they're going to go away. And so those kinds of things happen, or they just don't get involved at all. And the key to this is that most people who are building our business, they're on this roller coaster ride emotionally because of that. They don't have a way to discipline their disappointments. But there is a remedy for it. There is a thing that you can do that's going to enable you to have less of that, roller coaster ride, that emotional roller coaster. And that is this: you just really always want to have more people in the process. You have to have enough. See, the onesie twosies, will keep you going on that emotional roller coaster. But if you have dozens of people in the process at the same time, then when one or two of them, bug out, you've got a whole host of other people and things in the work, irons in the fire, that, you can be more like this. So when something bad happens, maybe there's a little blip in your emotional weather, but for the most part, you can get through it to the next because you've got so much other things in the works, in the process, in your business. So that's a big one, is doing that on a regular basis, having enough people in the process. Because you got to remember something. It's all about their timing, right? It's not about your timing. We know your timing is right. You're building the business, right? But it's about their timing. And there may be a really great prospect. They may be somebody that if they ever got into your business, they would just do amazing things. Maybe they're even in network marketing and they're in another company. And boy, you've known them for a while, or you just got to meet them, and for whatever reason, the timing is just not right for them. For whatever reason, it's just not right for them right now. With those people, you really just want to build great relationships with them. You want to root them on. If they're doing something great, they're in another company and they're having success, you got to root them on and say, hey, go for it. That's awesome. Don't get distracted, right? Of course, you don't want to get distracted. You want to hold your ground and let them know that you're really focused on what you're doing. But let's keep in touch, that kind of a thing. And you want to build relationships with the good ones. That's the key one. Now, if there's somebody that's kind of weak, if it's a weak prospect, and in the process of you spending time with them, you realize, well, not that entrepreneurial, hey, that's okay. Maybe you let those people go. But if they're solid people, if they're really good ones, that could, blow up your business, or, have a good business acumen, you want to keep in touch with those folks. Being consistent is key to this. And we talk about consistency in our business, but it is one of the most important things. How do you show up as a leader? How do you show up a year from now, 2 years from now? When the people around you, the people that you've friended, the people that you're in the process with or building relationships with, when they see you online, how are you showing up for them? Do you show up as somebody that's on purpose all the time, always working your business, being consistent? Do they see you doing that, or do they see you as somebody that, it was an experiment? They look back and they go, oh, he's not really doing that anymore. I guess it was probably just a little, well, I'm glad I didn't get involved with that, right? That's huge, right? So how are you showing up? And key to that is being very consistent in what you're doing, getting better at it, sharpening the axe as you go. You're just going to keep getting better at these different skill sets that you need to go out and build the business, when it comes to marketing. The work really begins after they enroll. Okay, that's so important. We always think that, so just getting people involved is the hard work. No, once they get involved, once they enroll, it's easy to, join a co-op or run an ad or, reach out to some people, and then if you get involved, and now what? You think, oh my God, they're in. No, it's so important that, at least my mindset is this: they're not really in yet. Even after they enroll, they're not really in yet. They got a free position, right? So you want to have a system in place, basically a standard method of operation for starting new folks out right. Now, a lot of this is sorting. For me, I do some cold market stuff, and I tweak this along the way. But I want to sort through people. So people enroll, and one of the great tools that I've been using that makes a huge difference for me is I use the CTFO app. The CTFO app is amazing, right? You get an email, you get a notification on your phone that says somebody new has enrolled, congratulations, right? What do? Well, this is what I do. And it's my method of operation. It's what I do every single time. I go into my CTFO app, I refresh the contacts. You gotta pull down the refresh, right? That brand new person is now showing up in my app. I search for that person, and then I send them the welcome video that David D'Arcangelo did. It's brilliant. And I text it to them, right? I hit SMS, I text it to them, and I write in the top, I write into the message, above the stuff that tracks the video and all that. I write, hey, Mike, welcome to the team. This is Adam Levy, your support, your partner in CTFO. Looking forward to connecting with you. Looking forward to meeting you. When might be a good time. In the meantime, check this out. And I hit send. Now, what I love about that is that I can do that from the couch. I can do that from a restaurant. I can do that from my desk. Wherever I am, I can do that. So as soon as that email comes in, that notification, no excuses. I can get back to that brand new person, welcome them to the team, and there's tracking. So I know if they watch the video, right? It tells me if they've watched the video. And guess what I do when they watch the video? I send them another video. I go back to the app. And I said, no, what am I going to send them now? I'm going to go send them the deeply discounted packs. That's a great video. I'm going to send them that because you should know about that. Or I'm going to send them, something else. I think Stu did an amazing job with that sampling webinar just last night or the other night. And that'll be there. So I'll be sending that. And guess what? They're going to let me know. It's going to let me know if they've watched it. And if they watch that, what do you think I'm going to do next? I'm going to send them another video, right? I'm having this interaction with this brand new person. And because they are paying attention, I'm going to, keep writing to them. And I usually say something in between, right above the copy with the link and all that. And you know what they eventually do? They eventually actually type to me and say, hey, yeah, Adam, looking forward to trying these products, or I have some questions or whatever. When's a good time, right? And now we're actually having a conversation. And at that point, I'm then going to get them offline and set up a time and get them on the phone, welcome them to the team for real, and spend some time with them. But if they don't watch the video, if they don't watch my first interaction with them, how serious are they? Am I going to spend my time trying to chase them on the phone? I'm not going to do it, right? So it's a great way for me to sort through the people that are enrolling. Again, these are strangers I'm talking about, cold market, right? So I'm not going to call every single one of them up and leave a message and chase them and do all that. I'm going to do this. The only other thing is if they don't respond, one of two things. One is maybe they gave me a bad phone number, right? Or number two, they're not really serious. It was midnight. It was, they were surfing around on Craigslist and they saw a marijuana leaf and it was free, so they joined. Okay? I don't know, maybe that's what it was. So again, I'm not chasing those people, but the other option is, again, like I said, their phone number. Maybe they put a bad phone number. So you know what I do? I go and I do that same welcome video, but I send it to their email this time. Okay, maybe they'll see it via email. They give me a bad email. Who knows? What? I'll give it a couple of shots, right? I'll give it a couple of shots, but I'm not going to, be chasing them over the phone. That's something I'm not going to do. I had a quick story. I had a Christmas Eve this year. Guy signs up, shoot him off the message, watches the video, shoot him off another message, watches the video, eventually writes me back. Hey, yeah, Adam, I want to try some of these products. I'm really interested, but I want to talk to you first. When's a good time? It was like the weekend, it was Christmas. So how about Monday, right? I put him off till Monday. I didn't want to, it was Christmas. Talked to him on Monday morning, had a great conversation with him. I'm not trying to twist the person's arm when they're brand new, they're a complete stranger and buying a pack or anything. I'm like, figure out what you want to get. I'm about to get off the phone and he says, well, tell me about those packs. Tell me about those discounted packs. He asked me. Why did he ask me?
Yeah.
Because I sent him the video.
That's right.
He watched all the videos. So he's asking me about PACs. I said, well, they work like this, blah, 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 right? And he said, well, I think I'm gonna get a platinum PAC. I said, okay, well, that's the best way to go. It's the least expensive way to get products. Yeah, you know, go for it. Went hiking that day with my wife, came back, boom, he ordered a platinum PAC. Again, I've only talked about the phone that one time at that point, and I got a platinum to come in. So use that tool as a sorting tool. But again, it's key. You have to have enough people in the process. People are signing up, right? That's important. So rinse and repeat. That's the key. Just keep on doing doing that. You know, listen, if they don't show up to get your help or they don't respond, they're just not ready for success, because that happens a lot as well, right? But keep building a relationship, you know, and move on, because someday they may come back. They may say, hey, you know what, the timing's better for me, or I see you just launched CBDA coffee, or what, you know, could be a product that gets their attention, but mostly it's about timing. What's, you know, a good time for them. So the chaos of network marketing, you know, again, about that cookie cutter, people always want, you know, how does this work? You know, I always talk about the great people that I have on my team, people that I've become lifelong friends with. You know, I try to trace back, well, how did I get to that person, right? Because mostly the leaders that'll show up in your organization aren't people that you know when you get started. They show up in depth. They show up because you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. And that's the reality of our business. So if you're thinking when you're getting started, well, who do I know? It doesn't matter who you know, okay? It's who they know, and eventually the right person gets exposed to this and goes, hey, you know what? I'm in, I want to do it. And I have a gentleman in my business, many of you know him, he does a great job with training, Michael Allison. You know, Mike and I, we hiked the Katahdin together. We've really become, you know, fast friends. And you know, you look back and you go, well, how do you get a guy like this who's been in the industry as long as Michael has? He's been in almost as long as I have, 30 years or so. And how do you get one of those? Well, you got to trace it back. You got to go, okay, well, let's see. And follow me on this, because this is chaos, right? So here's what happened. My friend Malcolm, who I've known since, you know, high school days, let's see, we parted ways, we separated, we hadn't talked to each other in 20 years. And then, you know, his brother died and I called him condolences and we became friends again, and he joined my business, but it wasn't this business, it was a business before this business. And let's see, Malcolm pulled Michael Allison's business card off of a bulletin board in a deli. Wow. Grabbed that business card, and then we did a three-way call, but not for CTFO, it was for this other business. And we got to know him and realized, oh, this guy's a really good networker, we should keep in touch with him. And then a few years go by, and here we are doing CTFO together, and all of a sudden, Michael Allison's got some neck pain, and he wants to try some CBD. And so, of course, Malcolm was friends with him on Facebook, and he reached out to Malcolm, and he tried the roll-on, the 500 strength roll-on. He bought it, he was just a customer. And it worked so well for him that he resigned from a company he'd been with for 15 years. He resigned from Melaleuca, actually, and to do CTFO full-time. And is now building a business over here, and I believe he hit 10K or maybe 15K already. But he's a, you know, an amazing guy, an amazing leader, great trainer. And, you know, how do you plan that, right? How do you, you know, how do I get one of the, well, you know, I mean, what if Malcolm and I stayed friends? You know, it probably wouldn't happen. What if his brother didn't die? Probably wouldn't have happened. What if he didn't pull that business card off that bulletin board? What if he didn't take the extra step and do the three-way call, right? What if Michael Allison's neck didn't hurt? Wow. You know, what so that's what I mean by the chaos, right? You can't plan it, but what you can do is you can be consistent, you can show up as a leader, and the most important thing is don't quit, because what if you quit right before a serious partner, a serious leader shows up, either personally or in depth, right? Well, so there's always hope.
I was going to share with you, you know, it brings back memories, because when you first sat down and we were in the restaurant and you took out a napkin You did take out a napkin. You started drawing circles. My
was that?
perception, yeah. And my perception at the time was, I mean, I'm going to be doing all the enrolling, and, you know, I have to bring in all my friends to do this. And you had said to me that day, Michael, it's not who you know. It's not even who you know, who they know, but it's who you know, who they know, who they know. And it didn't make sense to me until I started building a network marketing business. And years later, I looked at my genealogy, and this brings us really old school. They used to mail us a genealogy. Remember that? There was no computer when we started, Adam. There was no report, no back office, none of that stuff. There was no, I think you were the first person who had a cell phone. It was about the size, hold your cup up. That's
I had that Radio Shack phone that was the size of a brick.
yeah, the size of the cup you had.
That thing, it could double as a weapon. If you hit somebody over the head with this thing, you'd knock them out.
Yeah. So they would mail us a genealogy, and we would go through that. And every month, the genealogy obviously would get thicker and thicker and thicker as more people coming in. And you saw all these different countries. And I'm like, I don't know any of these people. 99% of them there. And then now, because of the internet, I'll get an email, or someone will Facebook message me, or someone will call, and I'll look them up because we've got this awesome back office, and I'll look them up in the back office, and I'll see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people, you know, from where that person is straight down. And I'm like, oh, wow, well, I did know the first person because I introduced him to CDFO. And then all of a sudden, like the next 40 something people I didn't know. And some of them are active, some of them aren't. But as you were saying, it was this person, the 50th level, that has become the major leader. This person who's tearing it up. And the way our compensation plan has with dynamic compression, with the infinity bonuses, it's a great way to do it. In closing, I always learn from you, always. And after all these years, and I'm going to steal this line, which was, you got to discipline the disappointments. Wow. I've never heard you say that, but I'm always learning. I'm going to start using it. But that's huge because it's so true. And because, you know, people say, well, he's in this position, or he's over here, or he's making this. We all go through disappointments, no matter what. I have as much disappointment when I first got started in network marketing, when I didn't have an organization, or regardless of the income I was making or how big of it is. There's always disappointment. But you're right. The best way to handle disappointment is if you've got other things that are going on, that there won't be such a disappointment. So when one person or one leader, for me, it's a bigger scale. I might have a leader who leaves the business, or someone who's doing cross-line recruiting, or someone who says something bad, or whatever it is, right? But the key is to have enough things going on so that you can focus on that. And for those that are brand new and those that are watching or just getting started, you know, the best thing you can do is during your prospecting time is don't have 3 prospects, because if all 3 say no, well, then you're disappointed. But if you've got 10 people or 100 people, there's no way you're going to go out there and share a free business with these amazing products, free to get in, sample, you know, there's no way that you can get 100 no's. It's impossible. Even if how did you say it? You taught me this one too. Even if you stunk at this, even if you were bad at this, if you went out there and shared this and said, hey, this isn't for you, you're not going to like it, blah, 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 but just look at this anyways, people are still going to come in because that's how simple it is. So I appreciate that. I knew I was going to get a golden nugget from you, stealing that one from my good friend David D'Arcangelo, the golden nugget. So yeah, you sharpened my saw. I appreciate you so much, Adam. You are amazing. We're going to do many more of these, and you got an incredible team, and appreciate you.
You got it, Mike. Hey, you know, it's a business where you really need to put in some time and work on yourself. You know, I see people all the time. They just they think they want a lottery ticket, or they think, hey, you know, there's spillover or whatever, and they get involved, and they just do this business enough to be absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
And if they just do it a little bit more, and they put a little bit more effort in, and get more prospects into the pipeline and be consistent about it, the whole world would open up for them.
Wow.
And it would just be life-changing for so many more people. But I know we're doing a lot of great things, and I know that there's a lot of great things coming, Mike, and everything you're doing to support this team and organization. We appreciate you. and everything you're doing too. So thank you, buddy.
Well, thank you. All right, everyone, make it a great day. Bye-bye for now.